You know the drill, right? We all have them. The keychain, the little magnet, that mini replica you pick up from a museum gift shop, they're nice, but they're static. They're just reminders. What if they could be more? Well, by 2026, a tiny piece of tech that's already in your phone, by the way, is going to completely change these simple objects into living, breathing stories. Just think about that for a second. Imagine that little souvenir sitting on your shelf wasn't just a memory, but a key. A key that could unlock an ongoing conversation with the art, the history, the culture you just experienced, long after you've headed home.
Because for as long as we can remember, a souvenir has been just that, a static thing. It's the final punctuation mark on your visit, a little physical reminder of what you saw that day.
And that's its biggest weakness, right? It's a full stop. It captures a moment, but it doesn't build a bridge to what's next. The whole engagement just ends the second you walk out the door. And in a world that's as connected as ours is, that's not just an oversight, it's a massive, massive missed opportunity. So to really get why this big change is happening right now, we need to look at the huge forces shaping everything from culture to retail. This isn't just about some cool new gadget, it's about a market that is absolutely primed for a revolution. Let's start with the sheer scale of it all. The global museums market is on track to be worth nearly $70 billion by 2026. This isn't some small niche industry we're talking about. It is a cultural and economic powerhouse. And inside that massive market, the part for gifts and souvenirs, it's growing at a really steady pace, a compound annual growth rate of 4.6%. So the bottom line is, people want these mementos, and that demand is only getting stronger. But here's the twist. What do modern visitors actually want? There's been a huge shift. Today's consumers, especially millennials and Gen Z, they expect more. They're looking for personalization, for seamless tech integration, and for experiences that go beyond just looking at an object. The old, static souvenir, it's starting to look a little obsolete.
So how do museums keep up with all these new demands? Well, it's simple. You make the souvenir itself intelligent. And this is where the story gets really, really exciting.
The secret ingredient here is a technology most of us already use every single day, NFC, which stands for Near Field Communication. You know, it's the same magic that lets you tap your phone to pay for coffee. It's simple, it's secure, and the best part? No special app needed. You just tap. So what you get is this amazing blend of old-world craftsmanship and new-world connection. You have companies like Crystocraft who are really leaning into this, embedding these tiny NFC chips directly into beautiful, premium souvenirs. We're talking about a heavy zinc alloy keychain or a sparkling crystal figurine that isn't just a pretty object anymore. It's a device. This one little change completely rewrites what a souvenir even is. It's no longer just a static memory of the past. With that NFC chip inside, it becomes an interactive portal, a living, breathing gateway to new stories, to fresh content, and to keeping that connection going. So what does this actually look like when you use it? I mean, how do you, the visitor, actually tap into this whole new world of stories once you get that souvenir home? Honestly, it could not be simpler. First, you buy your cool new souvenir at the gift shop. Then, later on, maybe back at home, you just tap it with your smartphone. That one little tap instantly launches a whole digital experience right on your phone. No fuss, no downloading apps. It just works. And what kind of stuff can you unlock? Oh, this is the really cool part. The possibilities are just endless. Imagine tapping a replica of a statue and boom, an exclusive video with a curator pops up. Or a 3D tour of the gallery you were just in. You could even use augmented reality to see that exhibit right there in your living room. A museum could link it to a TikTok or an Instagram story, sharing behind-the-scenes stuff in a heartbeat. Now, you might be thinking this all sounds a bit futuristic, but it's really the next logical step. The Museum of London was already playing with NFC way back in 2011. More recently, you've got amazing projects like Museum in a Box, using it to share audio stories from British museum artifacts. So what we're looking at for 2026 is the culmination of all this, widespread adoption of this proven tech built right into the souvenirs we buy, turning every single gift shop into a digital storytelling hub. Okay, so let's zoom out. What does this huge shift really mean for the future of museums, and maybe even for how we remember the things we experience? This quote it nails it, doesn't it? That simple transaction in the gift shop is totally transformed. It's not a goodbye anymore. It's the start of an ongoing conversation between you and the museum. And the potential impact here is enormous. Similar pilot programs using this kind of tech have shown they can literally triple digital interactions with museum content. That is a huge leap in engagement, all driven
by a simple, elegant little object.
And for the museums themselves, the benefits are just so clear. They get to extend their mission right into people's homes. Each souvenir becomes its own little marketing channel. It's way more sustainable than paper brochures or plastic USB drives. And this is a big one, because they can track the taps. Museums get incredible data on what exhibits and stories their audience actually cares about most.
So we end up right back where we started, but with a new question. In a world where the physical things and the digital world are blending together, what happens when every object can talk? When the things we hold on to can teach us, share with us, and connect us, what incredible new stories are we going to unlock? The souvenir, it's not just a memory anymore. It's becoming a storyteller.